The violet light intensified, bathing the fissure in an unearthly glow. Rhys fired his revolver, the shots echoing uselessly against the stone. The bullets seemed to dissolve in the shimmering light, accomplishing nothing. A force, invisible yet undeniably present, pressed against his temples, a crushing weight that stole his strength and clarity. He stumbled back, the sandy ground offering little purchase. Futile, Rhys. Vogel's voice was a monotone drone, devoid of inflection. He didn't even glance at Rhys, his gaze fixed on Amelia. Resistance isn't productive. Amelia, her face pale and streaked with dust and tears, began her descent. She didn't stumble now, but gait strangely purposeful. Her left arm, the one injured earlier, moved with an unnatural fluidity. Her eyes, once hazel, were now pools of violet light, reflecting the eerie glow of the fissure. Amelia! Rhys yelled, his voice strained. He lunged forward, but the invisible force held him back, a wall of pressure pinning him to the ground. He felt a wave of nausea, the disorientation deepening. The visions returned, flashes of grandeur, of a city gleaming under a crimson sun, of intricate rituals performed by figures robed in gold, and then destruction. Cataclysm, a wave of searing light that consumed everything. What is happening? He gasped, struggling against the restraints. Vogel's lips curved in what might have been a smile, a chilling display of amusement. The heart awakens. The cycle begins anew. She is the linchpin, Rhys, the conduit. Conduit asterisk or asterisk, Rhys managed to choke out. To the renewal, Vogel said, his voice unwavering. The restoration of balance. Zerzura demands a vassal, and she's chosen. Amelia descended the staircase, her movements graceful, almost hypnotic. She didn't respond to Rhys's calls, her eyes fixed on the darkness below. She seemed to be drawn by a song, a melody only she could hear. She understands, Vogel observed, his gaze never leaving Amelia. You, however, are limited. The ground trembled, a low, rhythmic pulsing vibrating through the rock. A guttural chanting, deeper and more resonant than before, rose from the depths of the fissure. Then from the darkness they emerged, figures clad in shimmering, obsidian armor, their visors reflecting the violet light like predatory eyes. They moved with a silent precision, their movements as fluid and deadly as the flow of lava. Guardians. They answer the call, Vogel said, his voice barely audible above the chanting. They are here to ensure the cycle's completion. Restrained against the invisible restraints, his muscles screaming in protest. He could see the guardians closing in, their movements slow, deliberate. He felt a surge of desperation, a primal urge to break free and rescue Amelia. But the force holding him down was too strong, the weight on his temples too intense. The last he saw of Amelia was her violet-lit eyes, fixed on the darkness below as she disappeared into the depths of the fissure. Then darkness claimed him. When consciousness returned, the violet light was gone. The chanting had ceased. The fissure was sealed, a solid wall of rock where it had once been open. He was lying on the desert floor, the invisible restraints gone, but the echoes of the force lingered, a dull ache behind his eyes. He struggled to his feet, his body stiff and sore. The desert stretched before him, vast and desolate under the unforgiving sun. The guardians were gone, the fissure sealed, Amelia lost. He knew with a chilling certainty that this was far from over. The cycle had begun, and he, somehow, was still a part of it. He began to walk, his gaze fixed on the horizon, the burning sun beating down on his face. He didn't know where he was going, or what he would find, but he knew that he had to find a way to break the cycle. He had to find a way to save Amelia. The desert whispered secrets in the wind, a promise of danger and a hint of hope, and Rhys, the last man standing, began his desperate pursuit.